Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is actually kind of a random, out of the blue kind of video. Um, Vinyl Collector James did his, or he's in the process of doing his 1,000 subscribers contest. So if you haven't done an entry for that yet, make sure you go to his channel and do a response. But one of the questions that he had inside of his contest video was to show a road trip album, like a great album to take a road trip to. And I pulled out one and showed it. But from the moment I finished doing that video, I started thinking, like, well, what if he would have asked if you had to make like a compilation CD for a road trip, what would you put on there? I just kind of thought, like, what if he would have asked that, what would you have chosen? And just a little question I threw out there at the moment, but for some strange reason, I've been like obsessing on that for the past day or two, and I don't know why, but just thinking about like what would I put on there, and I was, pulling stuff out of my head and everything else, and finally tonight I just thought, screw it, I'm just gonna pull albums out that I would put on a compilation road trip CD, and just kind of make a quick video here. So a few minutes ago, I just started kind of going through my stacks and thinking about it and whatever, and decided I would just shoot a quick video. So this is not necessarily a thread or not a contest or anything like that. It's just a random video to show if I had to make a compilation CD to take a road trip right this moment, what songs would I want to be on there that would just make it a fantastic road trip. And so I also kind of figured, with a CD, depending on how long the songs are, you could probably get, what, 13 songs, maybe 14, depending on whatever. So I try to keep it around 13 or 14 songs. And again, I want you to keep in mind, these aren't necessarily my favorite songs by these artists, but these are the songs that I love the most when I think about being on the highway, nice sunny day, 70 miles an hour down the interstate, windows down. What songs am I jamming out to and really getting into and making this like a great road trip? These are the songs that will do that. So I'll kind of jump right into it here. And it was kind of weird because after I finished picking out this stack, I mean, you guys know that I can, bring stuff out of left field or whatever. But after I was looking at this stack, I even kind of thought to myself, like, there's something wrong with me, because it was just kind of a weird collection of music to have together. But again, this is it. So first song that's going on my compilation CD, road trip CD, is off of REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity album, and it's going to be the song "Don't Let Him Go." I saw REO in concert about 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. It was REO, Styx, and Ted Nugent, it was a great concert. And let me just say really quick, you have not lived until you've heard Ted Nugent do Cat Scratch Fever live. Record does no justice to that song, with thousands of watts pumping in front of a totally different ball game. Anyway, I don't want to get too far off on that. Don't Let Him Go had been a hit for REO, but for whatever reason, just hearing them play it live that night and just the power that came with it, it instantly became my favorite REO song. And so that's one when I'm on the highway and it kicks in, I jam out to that one on the highway. So that is a must for highway song. Next one here, we're going to the Velvet Underground, and it's going to be the song Sweet Jane. Same thing, that's one that when it kicks in on the highway, it's just one that I absolutely jam out to. Love the groove of that song. Of course, Lou Reed's delivery. I mean, just everything. It's just a great song to be jamming out to, and one of my favorite highway songs to listen to. Now again, not my favorite song by the group, but my favorite highway song. So we're talking road trip here. Love Gun by Kiss. And I would have to go with the song Love Gun. Love that. Great energy. It's a very fun and exciting song. And I also just really love when I'm on the highway and kind of jamming out. I love the, I don't know if it's 3-part or 4-part harmony or whatever that's there on the chorus. But I love, like, singing all the different elements of the different pieces of that chorus. So yeah, it's just that's my favorite Highway Kiss song is Love Gun. So that's gonna be on there. A little bit of a twist here too, because next I'm going with a song from the Decemberist. What a Terrible World, What a Beautiful World is the name of the album. And the song I'm taking off of this is A Beginning Song. Yeah, I mean, really different than the first couple things I've shown here, as this song is not upbeat, it's a lot more mellow, but it just has some really beautiful melodies in it, and it's just a really cool song. A song I stumbled across by total accident when I bought this album, and ended up being probably my favorite song by them out of all their albums. So, sorry I don't do the editing and all that, so I can't do like a really cool needle drop for you right here. But if you haven't heard that, make sure you definitely check it out. Especially the ending, the last portion of the song is really the part that moves me the most. But that's definitely going on the Road Trip CD. Another group here where you can obviously pick a few different songs by, and again, not my favorite song by them, but favorite road song to jam to on the highway, and it's from Iron Maiden off of The Final Frontier, and it's the song The Alchemist. I mean, Aces High could work its way into place here, but yeah, The Alchemist is the one that I love to jam to on the highway. And it's really a song I just really kind of discovered maybe just over a year or so ago, because I bought this album actually the day it was released, and listened to it a couple of times, and yeah, it's okay, it's Maiden, so it's good stuff, but wasn't all of a sudden going to go into the front of my favorite Maiden albums list or anything. But just a year or so ago, if even that long ago, again, that Alchemist, it just clicked, and I don't know why, but love it, love it, love it. And that's probably my favorite Maiden song to jam out to on the highway. And then we go from that to Fat Boys. And the song that I'm taking from the Fat Boys here is their self-titled song, Fat Boys. That's another song that I completely jam out to. Sometimes I feel like I have to pull over so I can just get the dancing out of my system, because that's what that song makes me want to do. It's just dance. I mean, it's great stuff. Back when rap and hip hop was what it was supposed to be, at least in my mind. So yeah, that's one that definitely goes on the Road Trip CD. All right, and again, I just got to be honest with myself. Taylor Swift, 1989. And the song I'm going with off of this is Blank Space. I love listening to that song on the road. And it's so funny because I know I've said this in the not so far past, but when I really break that song down, it's almost like everything I despise in music today. But yeah, I get on the highway, man, and that song kicks in. I swear I just like turn into a 14-year-old girl for a few minutes, and I guess that makes it okay to listen to. And I jam out to it. So that song is going to be on my Road Trip CD. Okay. See if I can redeem myself a little bit here. Next song on the compilation CD is coming off of this album, which is Blue Oyster Cult, The Revolution by Night. And there's actually two songs that could come off of here. Take Me Away could make the list, but I'm actually going with the song Shooting Shark is the song I'm going to put on the compilation Road Trip CD. And I think this came out in 1983, I believe. But just kind of one of those old albums, again, that I just kind of rediscovered. And the Shooting Shark, that song is just... It just kind of, it came back to life for me for whatever reason. And again, I jam out to it on the highway all the time. With work, at least a few times a week, I take a nice little road trip, and I can't remember the last time I didn't play that song on one of those trips. So that definitely has to be on the Road Trip album. Next, Huey Lewis and the News, Heart and Soul is going to be on that compilation CD. Another one of those songs when I'm on the highway, and that song kind of kicks in really quick when it comes in, and as soon as it does, just like right to the volume button, and just jam out. I love some of the instrument stuff on the first verse. I love everything about the second verse, and it's just a fun song to jam out to, especially in your car on the highway. Another one here that maybe doesn't quite fit into everything else, but still it's one of my favorite highway songs to listen to, with the Allman Brothers, and it's the song Midnight Rider. Love it. And that's a song, again, when you hear the first few notes kick in from the guitar, you know, it immediately sucks you in. And it has a very strong R&B groove to it that I really like. And when I'm on the road, again, it's just one that kind of makes things just mellow and smooth, and it's definitely a great road trip song. Next, again, maybe not my favorite song by this group, but I know this is the song I listen to the most when I'm on the highway by this group. And it is, of course, the one and only Rush. It's the song Roll the Bones off Roll the Bones. That is definitely my favorite Rush highway song. My second one, again, not favorite Rush song, but highway song, is probably Time Standing Still, maybe Subdivision. Probably Time Standing Still a little more so when I'm actually on the road. Subdivision more so when I'm at home, which is really strange when you start to think about that. But yeah, Roll the Bones is definitely going to be on there because that is a song to definitely jam out to when you're flying down the highway. Now moving on to kind of the metal side, we have to go with Creeping Death by Metallica, which when you really get down to it, this is probably the one song that I jam to the hardest on the road when it kicks in my rotation, maybe more so than any other song in my entire collection. Creeping Death comes in, and I just know, 6 minutes later, I'm going to be sweating a little bit, needing to kind of calm down. Hopefully I didn't embarrass myself too much with people that were passing me on the highway, because when that kicks in, I'm headbanging, I'm air guitaring the whole night. Master of Puppets used to be the one that took me to that level, but I mean, it's definitely one of my top ones, but Creeping Death kind of nudged it out. So of course this has to be one of my highway lists because it's one of my top highway songs. The next one here, actually taking two songs off of this one, Neon Indian, and the songs is Polish Girl and Hex Girlfriend. I love those two songs. It's a synth pop type of thing, but kind of upbeat, like with Polish Girl, which is probably my favorite of the two. It's has a synth pop feel to it, but then it also keeps beat on almost like a reggae type of rhythm, and it works together so well. And of course, I love the vocals inside of it and everything else. Right underneath Creeping Death, those are probably, I would say both of those. Polish Girl is probably the second song that when it kicks in, I just kind of lose my mind. I totally jam out to it. So this has to be on any road trip CD that I have. So I think that puts me at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13 songs there. And so with the 14th and final song, and this was actually the one when I started thinking about making this video, this was the very first song that came to mind. So this is kind of number one on the list. She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult off the Love album. And that is just a song that, I mean, it's just made for flying down the highway, because once it kicks in, it freaking kicks in and it rocks. And I love so many things about the song. I mean, not only does it have a great guitar riff and and his vocals are just fantastic, but you could literally go through that song and probably pick out things from 5 or 6 different genres that are incorporated inside of that song. Because there's definitely just some straightforward hard rock elements. There's, again, some great guitar riffing inside of it. The vocals are amazing. There's some punk elements inside of it. There are, in the middle of a song that's kind of rocking that hard, there's some acoustic string type stuff that kicks in here and there. It's just a fantastic song. And when I think about getting on the highway and just like letting it go, this this song will do it every single time. So, if you're going to be taking a 60-minute, 90-minute road trip with me, that's what you're going to hear. So a lot of you probably don't want the ride now, but yeah, those are just the songs that would totally make an awesome road trip CD for me. And of course, there's a few honorable mentions that I could throw in there, like right after "Creeping Death" by Metallica, the song "Stone Cold Jesus" by Overkill. That's definitely one of my. Once it kicks in, I'm there. It's gone. I left out "Space Age Love" by the Flock of Seagulls. "Mother" by Danzig. That's another one that could easily have made the list. What else? What else? What else? Oh, "Dance to the Music" by Sly and the Family Stone. That could definitely make the list. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? All kinds of stuff. I mean, there's so much great music out there, but again, these are the ones that just I couldn't turn away. They had to be on the list. "Awake" by Godsmack. That's one that I could easily put on the list as well. So anyway, there you go. James, thanks for inspiring me to just randomly get on and make this video. And again, no thread or anything like that, but if anyone wants to do a response and share what you would do, on your road trip CD. Again, I think you have to limit it to at least no more than 13 or 14 songs. But yeah, just want to share that with you, VC. So as always, let me know what you think. Take it easy on some of the negative comments based on some of the things that I showed there, and we'll talk to you guys later. All right, take care, VC.